Hi guys, welcome to the pickups video. This is going to be a slightly offensive episode where I show you the ridiculous amount of stuff that I've got off eBay in the last week or so. This isn't all of it either, there's a bit more to come as well. But let's just crack straight on with it. I've got a little bit mental, truth be told. Okay, first of all, I'll start with some modest purchases on eBay. Now, if you've been watching for a while, you remember that I've got this mission going on to kind of reunite loose Mega Drive cartridges with boxes and manuals, because I bought a huge lot for about 30 quid of 70 odd boxes and manuals, and I thought it'd be an easy way and a fun way of getting some cheap games, just going for the cartridges loose and putting them back together. So in line with that, I picked up one this week, the cart only, and that was Indiana Jones on Mega Drive there, PAL version obviously, and yeah, this is the box and manual that I've got for it that was in that lot, which is in really good condition but didn't have a game because the guy selling that lot just couldn't be bothered with the boxes, took up too much room, he just wanted the carts. So you know, it worked out well for me, so that is one ticked off the list. Get it in there, and that's a complete version of Indiana Jones for about 2 quid effectively. It's 99p for the cart I think, and 1.99 for the cart, and about 50p for the box. So yeah, 2.50 for that is pretty damn good. That's what it worked out as in the end, and hopefully I'm going to crack on with that and save a lot of money. Right, next one, the Smurfs. Got this for £8. Now this isn't obviously the second one. The second one is the one that's worth quite a lot. This is boxed and complete. A little bit of curling on the cartridge there, but nothing a bit of glue can't solve. That's not a problem. So I mean, 8 quid still not too bad for this game. Of course it's not the really sought after one, but still looks like a groovy little platformer. I mean, that's what Mega Drive does best really, isn't it? It's absolutely legendary machine for platformers, and that looks pretty cool, so looking forward to checking that out for 8 quid for Smurfs. Right, what next we got? We got Bob. B-O-B. What does that stand for again? I don't remember. Yeah, but there's Bob. Electronic Arts Games game. Boxed and complete, and of course it is one of those with the ridiculously massive manual that the box won't even shut. I mean, how was that sold? Surely at some point that box shut without a problem. I mean, how can you send them out of a factory, you know, if it doesn't shut properly? But I'm sure it did at one point. But yeah, those insanely huge manuals, quite ridiculous. It's a little bit mashed up on the box, very faded on the spine, which they didn't say in the auction, which I was a little bit pissed off about. But £2.99, that's still pretty decent for that. And yeah, it doesn't bother me too much. It's not in tip-top condition. I'm not somebody who's really picky about the condition of games. I like them to be as good as possible, obviously, but you know, it's not a deal breaker if it's not mint. So yep, £2.99 for that. What else we got? Okay, this is a Mega Drive game. This is Haunting, starring Poltergeist, and it's one of them games that really intrigued me when I was a kid. It looked really interesting and individual, different. Not just the style of it, which I love anything to do with kind of Halloween and spooky stuff, but not just that, but the gameplay mechanic as well. If you know anything about it, you basically walk around this house as this ghost, and basically, what's the word? Kind of jump into, what's the word when ghosts do that? Possess. Yeah, you possess certain objects around the house, and lots of different ways to scare the people that live there. So you're the baddie, you're the ghost trying to scare the people in the house. Really cool idea for a game. Individual, never even played it, so looking forward to trying that one. That one, sorry, was how much? Haunting. That was 10 quid. So that's pretty good. That's about its price. You know, it certainly goes for more than that on eBay. So 10 quid for Haunting complete. Next is a game that I haven't opened yet because it's all packages now. Oh no, there's 2 more loose ones that I've already opened. Okay, this one is a Sega Saturn game. I don't actually have a Saturn here at the moment, but it's something that I'm going to fit into my setup at some point. And this is Dark Savior on the Sega Saturn. It's in pretty decent condition. Yep, really good actually. It's an RPG. I've been picking up a few Saturn RPGs. It kind of makes me tempted to maybe maybe go for a full Sega RPG set. That's a lot more work than what I'm currently going for, which is a full Mega Drive and Mega CD English language RPG set. That's what I'm going for. But I've got quite a lot of Saturn ones already. It's tempting. It's tempting. I don't know. We'll see about that. But that's Dark Savior. That was for £5, which I thought was a really good deal. For some reason, I thought this is one of them games that goes for like shed loads, but it doesn't really. This is in really good condition. I mean, the average for it is probably about closer to 10, 12, between 10 and 15 quid on average, after postage is factored in. So I thought it was more expensive than that. Still a pretty decent deal, £5. I found this one because in the auction it was obviously listed by an English person that hadn't realised it's got an American spelling of the word saviour. So the guy had listed it as saviour with an S-A-V-I-O-U-R, and that's what I typed in, just on autopilot, being English and spelling things the right way, you know. And I came across his listing, which obviously nobody else had found because they're all searching for it with the real spelling, with the American spelling rather. So yeah, when I eventually won it for £5, I thought, oh, that's why, because no one else picked up on the wrong spelling. But that's a good tactic. There's a lot, you know, there's quite a few games out there where you can mess with the spelling when you're searching, and usually find that there's less people aware of it. So yeah, £5 I think for that. Just check my list. What have we got it down as here? Dark Savior, £5.50. Yeah, so pretty good. The other game that's already been opened until I get onto the packages that have arrived today, the avalanche of packages. This is the special one. Oh yes. Now if I was to go for a full Saturn RPG list, this is a major one to tick off the list. It's brilliant. It's funny, I had quite a lot of communication with the seller, and I got him down a little bit in his price from the original that he was asking for, and a lot of communication. And I said to him, you know, as I do quite often with sellers when I'm buying either Dreamcast or Saturn, I'll message them, you know, before they send it, just to say, can you make sure that you really wrap this well, because obviously, you know, Dreamcast and Saturn boxes are notoriously rubbish, and I have had a few break in the post, so I just messaged him, you know, to make sure, can you package it up well. So he did do that, but it was weird because it came wrapped in this EA box, which is actually a box for the PC game Little Big Adventure. So it came like this. It was a really good condition box. It's, you know, it looks like, it doesn't look like it's just, you know, this is used as packaging for something else. So I thought he must have sent the wrong game out to me, and it got mixed up, and somebody else has got my of what I'm about to show you. And so I didn't even open it because I thought I don't want to spoil it in case somebody else is waiting for this. Then I messaged him saying, I think you've sent out the wrong game. I'm going to send this back to you, to the return address on the envelope. And it's a good job I didn't do that before he replied, because he said, no, I've just used that to protect the game, as we said. Make sure that it's in good nick. So he put it in that, and what he put in there was, for £67, which is still a good price for this game, Shining Force 3. Oh yes, oh yes, that has got to be one of the daddies of RPGs on the Sega Saturn, and it's, thank God, it's in one of those later really nice plastic Saturn cases, rather than the horrendous cardboard ones that, unless people have really looked after them, they get bust up so easily. These ones so much better. I don't know why they didn't do them the whole way through for every release, but it's in brilliant condition. So there, I've got Shining Force 1, 2 and 3 now. I think the only one left for me to get, if I wanted to get it, but it's quite expensive, I probably will eventually, is Shining Force CD. So there's Shining Force 2 and Shining Force 3. Oh yes. Now that is a nice little trio of RPGs there. So yes, I was quite excited when that finally came through, and £67 sounds a lot, but it's actually quite a good price for that game. It doesn't come up too often, and when it does, it's usually on Buy It Nows for well over £70. And they're investments. I mean, you know, a lot of these games that we all collect, they will hold their worth, and if not, keep going up. So it's probably a better choice and a nicer buying video games in terms of an investment. Right, on to the packages from today. Right, this is a little one from America. I know what this is because it's tiny, and it is, I'll get it out, for my newest system that I've got, and it is a headphone adapter for the Game Boy SP. Because crazily, where is my SP actually? Might as well show you. Crazily, the SP doesn't have a normal headphone jack like that. It just has this other this thing in the back there, one of these, and so you've got to get an adapter. Just stick that in there like that, and then put your headphone in there. So that's good, because this is second hand, and I think the speakers were a little bit strained out on it. I don't think they're in the best condition, the speakers, so now I can actually use my headphones and not annoy people in public, which I don't mind doing, but you know. So that's pretty cool. And that was, how much did I get that for? I think it's about four quid for that, but you know, worth getting. Right, next package. Right, I've just opened this, and this is actually the most special game that I've ever had in a pickups video so far. So I'm going to leave that till last. Right, yeah, so you won't going to know. Right, so this is an envelope. Oh, okay. Ah, yes. Ah, okay, right. This is from Tootie UK, I think. I bought some Game Boy games off of him. So this is pretty cool. These are all classics. These are the games, well, two of them at least are the games that I had when I was a kid. So this is I'm actually quite psyched to have these back in the collection. Brilliant, absolute classics. Oh, he's put a Brucey bonus in there as well. I only bought 3. Yeah, cheers Tootie. So we have here Super Mario Land, original and best. You can't beat that. You just, oh, this is one of them games that brings back the memories. You know, one of those first video gaming memories of being a kid with a Game Boy and a light thing. I had the original Game Boy with a light attached, sat in the car in the dark, playing Super Mario, mesmerised by the graphics. I mean, it was so impressive when that first came out on a handheld. You know, when you're used to the Game and Watch things. Brilliant. Of course, Tetris. You cannot own a Game Boy without having Tetris. That's the law. That is the law. They wrote it in a few years ago just to make sure that everyone's packing Tetris as they should be. And we also have Super Mario Land 2. The golden coins, 6 golden coins. And that's a game I've already played a little bit of back in the day. I never actually gave it a lot of time, so that's really cool to have that. And this seems to be a Brucey bonus that I don't remember him mentioning. I'm pretty sure he didn't. And that is Blades of Steel. There's a little hockey game there. So that's awesome. Thanks very much. Right then, onwards and upwards. Aha, another Mega Drive RPG, and it is Landstalker. Now this is one that I'm sure a long time ago, or a fair while ago, I've seen this go for a lot less than its usual price. Sometimes on auction, if you're lucky, you'll see it go for less than its average. Its average is well over 20 quid. And that's what I got it for, 20 quid total, including postage and packing. But it's in really good condition. And you know, I'm not one who's going to wait years and years to try and save 1 or 2 quid here and there. You know, if it's after, it's a fair price. You know, it's an average price for that game, 20 quid. So Landstalker, but yeah, it does look pretty sweet. So isometric graphics, so quite unique. Only a few Mega Drive games that did that. And back in the day, those isometric graphics really did impress, you know, with those extra depth to it. So yeah, really happy with that. Landstalker, 20 quid, cracking. Right, 2 more to go yet, lads. Right, there's another one here. What have we got? Aha, we have Exile, an American RPG, never released in Europe. Now I already had this. If you have a photographic memory, you might remember one of my old pickups video already had this, but I didn't have the manual. So I thought, stuff it, I'm going to get the complete copy and just sell my my copy of Exile. So I'll be getting rid of my other copy and just keeping hold of this one. It's complete because I wanted it complete. Yeah. So Exile, and that was what was that? That was 15 quid 50. I got a little bit carried away on some of these, not total bargains, you know. I think I did well with Landstalker. To be honest, I think I did well with Shining Force 3. Probably could have got that for a few quid less, but again, it's, you know, a couple of quid here and there. What is it? It's a burger. So yeah, Exile, 15.50, complete. Right. Oh, now this is Skitchin for the Mega Drive. Obviously, it's a kind of a skateboard game. Now it just has the box in the game. What's funny about this is this is a bit of an impulse buy again, but it was dead cheap. So I mean, this was like 2 quid. So I got it because I already have the box and manual. So there's the box and manual. So now, basically, I have a complete copy and a spare box. Big one here. I'm pretty sure I know what this one is. If I'm right, I'll probably just check first before I start ranting about it. Okay, yeah. This was a recommendation from accreditation. He linked me to this because he remembered that I was going for N64 games that are boxed and complete. And that was the initial focus of my collecting when I first started this channel back in October. But I kind of soon realised that there's not that many games on N64 that I wanted actually. I'm pretty much already finished getting what I wanted. There's only like 2 or 3 really, and that's it really. But this one I had loose cartridges of this game, and it's just not, my N64 collection is all boxed. So that's how I want it. So I had this loose. I was going to try and pick up a box for it somewhere. I never got around to it. accreditation sent me a link to this auction, and it is like it was 64. So yeah, pretty hefty box there. There's a little bit of roughness on the back of it, but nothing too bad. I'm not bothered about that. That's pretty impressive. Yes, and it does have the rumble pack inside it. Seen on the auction. Have a look if we can get this out without it being too messy. Right, what we get in here is a huge manual. It's more like a magazine. Look at that. That's the manual for Like It Was, the complete box version. That's insane. That is more like a magazine. Look at that. I mean, we complain about manuals today, don't we? Imagine that. Crazy. So that is pretty awesome. And actually that's missing from a fair few of the box versions I've seen of this. So maybe 5 quid's not so bad for it. There was 3 quid postage, so it worked out at 8 quid eventually. But the game obviously, and a rumble pack, and I only had one, so that's nice to have another one, so that's cool. And they go for a pretty penny on eBay, well, you know, over a £5. So yeah, Like It Was. So that means I've got a spare Like It Was cart, so if anybody wants that for trade, that's available. Yeah, so Like It Was, £5 plus 3 quid postage. So right, there's one more left. One more left. I'm hoping this wasn't as much of a risk as I felt like it was at the time. I definitely paid more for this than I've been prepared to in the past. If you'd seen a video I did a while back, I almost picked this game up for, I didn't say the amount to give it away, I almost picked this game up for at least 15 quid less than it usually goes for, and it's solid average eBay price. Nearly got it for 15 quid less than that, but that all kind of messed up at the last minute. Long story. If you saw the video, you know what I'm talking about. So this, I pretty much paid its on the button acceptable average price. It's not a bargain. I didn't get a bargain on this, but it had to be in the collection, and I hope it's in as good a condition as as the guy said. I mean, he said he was going to put it in a new box as well. Anyway, it is. Can you tell what it is yet? Can you tell what it is yet, children? Yep, that's what it is. Now then, this is curious. I'm just inspecting the artwork. I really hope it's not, you know, self-printed artwork, because you can find them sometimes. But it is Snatcher. I paid 100 quid for this on the button, 100 quid, including postage and packing. And that's nice of him. He's put tissue in just to make sure it's all in good nick. Now, he did say there was some scratches on it, but not really said that it worked. You probably won't pick that out in the camera. Oh yeah, there's a few pretty big scratches on there.
I'm Gillian Seed. I've been assigned to Junker headquarters effective today.
Yeah. I'm gonna have to test this out. I really hope this isn't broke. I don't want to have to go through the rigmarole of returning it. But the manual's there. Well, if the manual's there, sure, it must be the genuine article in terms of the sleeve on the box. So that's the manual. Yeah, compared to that Lilac Wars one, it's a bit shit. But it's Snatcher. It is Snatcher. Sorry, I'm rambling. That's, this deserves a bit more of a climactic kind of presentation to it, but
Gillian's fine. You can call her Gillian.
I don't know what else to say about it. Right, well, that is my somewhat offensively expensive lot of pickups. Oh, minus Shining Force down the bottom there. So from there, yeah, that's offensive. That's an offensive amount of pickups. So yeah, that's it for this video. Next video will be probably the question and answers video. Had some excellent questions. I'm really looking forward to filming the answers video, which I will be doing with my questions bitch, my good friend Polly. She'll be asking the questions for me, and yeah, still time to ask some. So if you haven't yet, go and click this link and go and ask me a question, because yeah, that's going to be open until Tuesday. That's when I'll be filming the vid. So yeah, go and get your questions in, and that's the end of the video. I mean, that's it. There's nothing else to see here. I need to go and make sure Snatcher works. Yeah. So that's it. That's it. Click this now if you want to ask a question. This video's over. Good boy. Good boy. Good boy. What? Chun-Li goes down.